Boston Strong, yes, sir.
Hey, welcome to Boston, Ronda.
Welcome back. I used to live in Wakefield on and off from like when I was 16 to 21. Wakefield and Reading and Methuen and yeah, that whole area.
A lot of us learned about you as you came into MMA with your bronze medal in 2008. Can you talk a little bit about the match that put you in the bronze bracket and also the match that won you the medal?
Well, okay. So me and Edith Bosch. Well, the thing in judo, you fight like the same people all the time, right? And like you'll even go to these training camps and like we'll have 2 practices a day and you'll have like 10 rounds of randori and then you'll look over and you'll see like an Olympic final happening, but it's just practice. Like these people roll together all the time. And so the first time me and Edith Bosch fought, it was I moved up to 70 kilos and what's it called? It was like earlier that year I missed weight in France or something like that, and then, so then I did my first time at 70 kilos, and then I won a World Cup in my first try, which was like crazy, like that never ever happens. And so then my second tournament at 70 kilos was the German Open, and I fought Edith Bosch like in the quarterfinals or something like that, and she did this one move called a wakigatami, which is like a flying armbar, and it's illegal in judo. So she did it, and she dislocated my elbow, and she got disqualified, and I ended up going through the rest of the tournament. And I popped my elbow back in, and I kept fighting. I ended up getting bronze. So then we kind of had like a weird fight like that the first time. And we fought at the Worlds, and she was the defending world champion at that point. And we were at the HBC Arena in Brazil. This is actually like one of my favorite fights ever. And she did the same move again. It was in the semifinals, and I was only in 70 kilos for like 6 months, so it was unheard of for me to even like get that far in the tournament. And she did the same move again. The referee didn't see it, and so like I had to like pop my arm like back in, and then I was behind by like a yuko. That's when you get like thrown on your side, and there was like 20 seconds left or something like that. And with the arm that like she'd already popped out, and I put it back in, I threw her like with a one-handed throw, like woo, and then that whole crowd was booing me earlier that day because I fought the Brazilian earlier. And so then the whole crowd, they freaked out. Oh my God, it was like the last second, like woo, and everyone freaked out. And then I ended up going into the finals, and I lost the finals. Oh, it was so sad. Oh, I cried so bad. It was really, really bad. But you know what? It was one of those times where like the girl was like fighting for points, and I was thinking like, if this was a real fight, I would kill you, you know, like, but it was just like one of those things. And so then that was the second time we fought. So then it was on to the Olympics, and we drew each other in the quarterfinals. And she had been obsessing with that throw, I guess, for a very long time. And we fought the whole 5 minutes, and there was no score. And then we went into golden score, which is like the first point wins. But it was getting to the very end of golden score. And I was always taught when I was a kid, if it goes to a decision, you're going to lose because you're an American, and no one's ever going to do you any favors. And you can't count on anyone to do anything for you. And so it came to the very end of it, and the fight was going to end, and I was like, I'm going to lose this decision. They're just not going to give it to me. I knew that I was done enough to win the fight, but I didn't trust these guys like this. I was like, screw it. I'm just going to gamble. And I just went through this like crazy throw. And she'd been training for it the whole time, you know. And so we ended up flipping around upside down. I didn't really know where I was at. And then I got up and I was like, was that my score? What happened? What happened? And the referees gave it to her. And so boom, dropped down to the repertoire, which is also known as the losers bracket. And I was so mad. Like, I was so mad the whole rest of the day. I like had a new like fire lit under my butt. And I stormed through everybody in the other bracket. And one of the girls that I beat was when I won in the junior worlds when I was like, 17 or something like that. I won at 63 kilos, and this other girl won at 70 kilos. We were finally like fighting each other, and then we fought each other, and then like I threw her so hard, like on top of my own hand, that I bruised all my knuckles on my one hand. And then I went on to fight for the bronze, and I was fighting the chick that beat me at the German Open for the bronze medal. And what's it called? So she used to do this one like kind of tomonagi. Tomonagi is like that throw that they did in The Lion King, like woo, that one. And so we fought in training camps and all that stuff before, and she had this tricky kind of tomonagi where she would kind of pick you up, and then as you sprawled, she would sweep your feet out. And it was really good for getting like small scores and stuff like that. And she was trying to do it and starting to do it, but I remember her doing it in the fight. So I was like, instead of trying to sprawl out, I jumped over and did like a round off in the air. And right as my back was about to hit the ground, I like flipped over on my stomach, and it was like this crazy fight. And I ended up catching her with that same one-handed throw, and was ahead and ended up winning the fight at the end of it. And I cried like a big old baby, and that was pretty much how that progression of events came to be. Was that a long enough answer for you?
Yeah.